Following for you out of the State House, a committee investigating a complaint by Democratic Representative Ford Carr against Republican Representative Nick Hoheisel wraps up without decision. The complaint from Carr stemmed from an incident with Hoheisel on the House floor during the week of the turnaround deadline. The bipartisan committee met this morning. A vote to dismiss the complaint ended in a 3-3 tie. The motion did not prevail, meaning the complaint was not dismissed, but the committee then chose to adjourn and not meet again.